Pure Storage. How'd they do, Dan? I mean, storage is kind of, well, NetApp was way up. Uh, how'd Pure do?
Yeah, Pure had solid result. What are you looking at? Well, their revenue growth slowed. They were 3%. So their growth, at least they're up year over year. Um, with Pure, there's a certain subset of numbers I tend to look at based on its business and where it's seeing growth. And that's been one, the ARR focus of Pure Storage. Two has been their continued focus on being the most liked company in the industry, which has been solid for its customer growth. Um, and then, of course, I've been watching their cloud product growth, which is the Evergreen product. So those are like the three numbers I came into this really looking at, Pat. ARR 25% growth. They've now hit 1.37 billion in subscription revenue, which is just a slight bit higher than More Insights advisory contracts. I had to do that. Sorry. Then
Dan, don't undersell me, Dan.
sorry, I didn't mean to doubt you. Then their, the Evergreen One business saw 400 million TCV in the contract value of the cloud business. And Pat, here's the more important thing: for 100%. So they're seeing their new product, their new cloud product, getting strong adoption on a year-over-year basis, and their Net Promoter Score stays at 82, highest in the industry, Pat. And I don't know if people fully appreciate how hard it is to have a Net Promoter Score over 80. And so a lot of companies just don't talk about it. You know, I've got 100, but very likable. But in all serious, these are the kind of the three critical metrics that that I'm paying attention to. What else? I do think that they've been very busy kind of talking about performance, Pat. This is something you and I are very interested in as we sort of pay attention to Signal 65 business that we have and the overall testing. The company put a bunch of outcome related data in their presentation of performance. So I'm got to say, when we talk to Charlie Giancarlo next week, I think we're going to talk to him about these results. I got to ask about this. They put out a 2 to 5 times less power in space, 10x versus existing hard disk systems, 50% lower TCO on a typical configuration, 10x more reliable, 10 to 30 service visits less, 5 to 10 times less labor to operate.
Boy, it sounds like a Signal 65 project.
Hey, Shrout, where you at, man?
Oh, no.
We got to test this stuff. But I love that they put this in their thing. And then they went on to do more. 1 to 2, they basically went on and said Pure Flash consumes 80% less power than, the traditional, storage systems, which again, there's something to do there. But a lot to test here, Pat. But look, the company's doing great. In 2024, they've seen their percent of the Fortune 500 customers rise. They're up to 60% now. And they added 349 new customers. So trajectory, very good. Strong company. We'll probably have more after we talk to Charlie. But good week for Pure Storage.
Yeah, their stock is up 35% in the past 5 days, which is eerily similar to the advance that Dell got. I think this is all about AI. I like to call it a proof of life, right? Dan, you and I have talked to a ton of CEOs and CFOs lamenting on, hey, my AI is real, right? Why aren't we getting credit for it? I'm an industry analyst, not an equities analyst, but I'm smart enough to know that the street is wanting a proof of life. Show me the numbers. And that comes into two forms. That's one form that says, this is the percentage of my AI business today, and this is going to be my percentage of AI business. We saw big pops from companies like Broadcom and Marvell. What we saw here at Pure Storage was a great explanation of an 8-figure deal with Evergreen and One from a specialized GPU cloud provider, and that's probably either CoreWeave or Lambda Labs that that was an end-to-end piece there. And AI was mentioned. Actually, this let me scratch that at least 14 times. The AI is picking up things like the AI in container. But if I look at just the AI, I think this was what investors wanted to see to put this company in the AI category. I'm going to step back. I'm going to end on what I think is a masterclass in growth. That I think Pure Storage, right? That they come out in a niche market when they started with a very radical concept of being very software first and a bladed type of architecture that ended up to be very upgradable, where you didn't have to upgrade the entire storage system. You just had to upgrade the blade or do a software upgrade. And over years, right, there are now block, file, and object storage. They are now on-prem as a service, and then even offering their software capabilities in the public cloud, and that's Evergreen and Pure Fusion. And then layering on top of what a lot of people are doing is they're going after a data management play, which is really interesting, and that's from an acquisition that they made from Portworx. So I could very much see, and there's been a little bit of talk on this, which is, hey, you've got the data there. Why don't we do AI queries right there on the storage software itself? And I think that's going to be kind of the next type of thing that you would expect. You know, we're seeing this from a lot of storage software plays, right? Like Rubrik and Cohesity. And here we've got Pure that's operating, going from a different part of the stack into doing even more software. So anyways, I'll end with really looking forward to our call next week with Charlie Giancarlo, CEO of Pure Storage.